All right, so awesome. This is just, and I hardly use the retro synth in Logic. I mean, it's pretty dope though for like a free synth. I mean, it's pretty cool. But the question that I got a few weeks ago, and man, I don't have your name handy, or do I? Let's see. Requests. Can you make a tutorial about chopping samples? Blah, 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 blah. Show Ishameru. Can you make a video on mod envelopes, compression, reverb? I did a compression video, which people apparently thought was good, I guess. I don't have an EQ per se. I think I linked to these, but yeah, so can you make a video on mod envelopes? So one mod is the filter, another mod is LFO, but I can't really do that video with this. So let's go ahead and I think I'll leave that there, and we'll get a massive, just because massive is, I'm more familiar with it than I am with Serum right now. So we'll go and just wander around the computer some more here. There we go, massive. And so you can apply this idea of envelopes to filters as well. And so we have a default sound. And if we put, what we can do is we can do sort of like a wobble thing. So let's get this going. Good enough. And then we'll put a low pass on here. This is not really going to be a wobble bass, not in 3 seconds or less, but let me just get this thing going. Okay. So you can hear, okay, so this is what we got set up. We have a basic, just for the, I do want it to have the low end, and I do want to take this. All right. Okay, so for the sake of demonstration, we have this sort of LFO thing happening. All right, so there's your LFO-ish, okay? Now, what you could say is, hey, I don't want you to go straight in and have this LFO right off the bat. So what you could do is you could take this modification and you can actually put an envelope on it. So envelope 4 is typically your amp envelope, and I explained envelopes. This is attack. In this, we don't really have a, I mean, we could mess with it and make it this way, but basically this is kind of a decay sweep to a sustain. It's not like a straight line on this one, and you can kind of mess with that. But I usually like to go, you know, attack all the way up, and then I don't really have a release. But if I did, you can kind of hear it. But what's happening here is that it's immediately going into LFO, which is affecting this cutoff and giving me the wop, 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 wop. Basic. This is the foundations of like a wobble bass, right? But that's a whole separate thing. So what I can do is I can say, hey, I don't want you to engage this LFO right away, because maybe I'm trying to make this other cool sound or something that I want to work on. So what I can do is I can say, all right, I want the LFO to seep in and then sweep off a little bit, and then I actually do want it to maybe have some kind of a release. And what I could do is I could use this envelope, attack, decay, sustain, release, ADSR envelope, and I can actually program it to my LFO. So the way that you do that is you drag it onto the amp, and in this case we're going to go from 0 engage to 100% engage for the sake of demonstration. We'll put this back on, and what you'll see is when I press the key down, it's going to attack over time. So in this case, the decay is actually very quick, so we'll lengthen the decay. So what I wanted to do is engage like and like let off a little bit. So let's see. Now, the reason that it's still kind of wobbling away is because my sustain's pretty high. It's like mid-level, right? So what I could do is I could make it so it sweeps in and then sweeps out. So, and if you don't, dude, this would be a pretty sweet hit at the snowboard park. Like, yeah, dude, I'm going first, bro. Dropping. No, I cleared the landing. My legs are broken. Anyway, uh, yeah. So, dude, this is the '90s right here. So I'm old, guys. Like, and in the '90s, the snowboard park. Like, you would drop in, and the landing was terrible. So you'd be like, "Yeah, dude, I'll totally hit this, bruh." And then you launch, and then you realize, "Oh shit, nobody designed this ramp right." And then crash, boom, smash. That's why I can't walk because my knees are just freaking destroyed. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back on topic. So what I was doing was I was going to take this envelope 3, apply it to my LFO, which is giving me the wobbles, and show you how I can slowly come in and then sweep off quickly. So let's try it. All right, and I can even sweep off quicker too if I shorten the decay. So you can hear. So maybe that's like an effect. So maybe you're up higher. Or maybe you're even down low, like, whoop, that's too low. So you can use that kind of to affect in and out. I mean, it's a way to control your LFO, which is engaged on this particular cutoff here. Option click takes it off. So now it's not there at all. And so you can hear that. And so you can get some kind of Pink Floyd-y things going if you have this like really long attack and maybe you keep it fully engaged for the duration. And so it's like, and then maybe it does decay off. Let's see. Maybe we'll do that. So that's pretty dope. And then you can take that same LFO and you can actually apply it to the pan. So we get some craziness going here. Except, am I in stereo? Why am I not getting panning? I wonder. Not sure why that's not working. I don't know if I'm on mono. Maybe I have a mono voice. Let's see what this. It's kind of fun. I think it actually is working. It's just fast. Yeah, that's pretty dope. So you get the low end on the left ear. And now it's fading out because look, we got this. Dude. Pretty cool. It is working. But what you might want to do instead is you could reverse which ears are. Pretty crazy. So yeah, guys, I don't know if I went over the deep end there, but that's basically mod envelopes. What you can do is you can use this idea that the X is time. So as you go across the bottom of this, and on Massive it's a little different because they don't have like a linear scale, meaning it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like it varies just depending on how you have it set up, and there's no like real actual time. That I think there is a way to display the time, but I can't remember right now. But basically, X is time, Y is your level. So 100% is fully engaged for a filter or an LFO. That would be like 100% on. For an amp envelope, like how 4 is set up, 100% is 100% volume, whatever your max volume is going to be. You can control that with the master, but it goes from 0 volume to 100%. So if this was a long attack, so now we have this kind of cool sound. So let's actually so we can have this thing fade in volume-wise and with the filter at the same time. So it's like a helicopter coming in or something. We could go and speed this. Kind of cool. So again, you can get some kind of cool stuff going here. You can mess with voicing. I don't know. This is not a massive video, so I don't know. I hope that was helpful, guys. This is the filter envelope number 3 being applied to my amp, which is the volume of my LFO. So it ramps in and then fades off and holds. And we've also applied our LFO to the pan. If we don't like it, you hold down Option click and it's off. And our LFO is controlling our cutoff, which is the essential element of a wobble bass kind of sound, except for here, let's do some wobbling. We can put a tube effect on. I mean, I'm not the wobble master, but every video, oh, we don't want to filter, we want the crusher, hard clipper. And what you'd want to do with this is also, so you can kind of mess with that, and then you can and then scream. Do the same thing with the scream envelope. Wow. So there it is, folks. I hope this was helpful. I rambled a bunch. I talked about snowboard parks in the 90s, dude. I am older. Not old yet, but older than you probably. Maybe not. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I'm just a music nerd, guys, bringing you along for the journey. I'm just nerding out on this stuff, and I'm not I'm nowhere near the expert on this stuff. It's just I freaking just can't get enough of this stuff. I'm like such a nerd, and I love it, and I'm bringing you along for the ride. So I hope this was helpful, guys. This is Bahr with BahrCreative, and that was a video on how to make envelopes for filters, LFOs, and other modulifications. All right, guys, later. Or this screen. This is not the screen I wanted. I don't know what I'm doing. Why? Here.